everyone, I am Poonam Saini and today we are going to discuss about bipolar junction transistors in electronic devices and circuits. So in the last topic we discussed transistors and field effect transistors. So in a field effect transistor it is categorized into two, that is BJT first, that is bipolar junction transistor, and second is MOSFET, which is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors. So today we are going to discuss what is BJT. So first of all I am going to introduce the BJT. BJT is basically known as bipolar junction transistor, and what is a transistor? It is a 3-layer semiconductor device consisting of either 2 N and 1 P layer of a material, or 2 P and 1 N layer type of material. So which is basically called like one layer is sandwiched between the two layers. That is, if a transistor is NPN, that means there are two N layers and P layer is sandwiched between the two N layers, and the other one is PNP. So the N layer is sandwiched between the two P layers. So this is the common difference between a NPN and PNP. Next, the former is called a NPN transistor, while the lattice is called the PNP transistor. So there are two types of BJT. First is PNP transistor and second is NPN transistor. I already told you, in a PNP transistor, the two P layers is like in one side and other is the other side, and N layer is sandwiched between the two P layers, and NPN, the P layer is sandwiched between the two N layers. So this is the NPN and this is the PNP transistor. So in the second you can just see, this is the N type, this is P and this is N. So this is emitter region, this is base region, and this is collector region. This is emitter base junction, this is base collector base junction. So from this the electrons is going to be inject, and from this the electron is going to be coming out. So this is emitter, this is collector, and this is the base. Between emitter and base there are a emitter base junction, and between base and collector there is a collector base junction. So in the next you just like PNP and NPN. So P is emitter, N is base, and P is collector. Same, N is emitter, P is base, and N is collector. So from this emitter emits holes and collector collect holes from emitted by the emitter. So this is the narrow base controls the number of hole and emitted. So this is basically used to inject the holes or electrons, and this is basically used to collect the holes and electrons which is injected at the emitter junction, at the emitter point. So in this, emitter emits electron, and at this emitter collects the electron from the which is emitted by the emitter, and this is the base which is control the number of electrons and holes going to be emitted. So in PNP the holes is going to be injected and collected at the emitter and the collector end, and in NPN the injected is the electron is going to be injected at the emitter and collected at the collector. So the bipolar, both electrons and holes are going to be involved in the current flow and has two P junctions. Emitter has both resistors and transfer. It has either PNP and NPN type, has three regions. First is collector, second is base, and third is emitter. You can just emitter, base, collector. So base is made much more narrow, and emitter is highly doped with P or N, and base is lightly doped with P and N negative, and collector is lightly doped with P and N. So basically emitter is highly doped and collector is very much lightly doped, and base is normally you can see, or you can do like it is a very narrow, much more narrow, and which is basically used to control the number of electrons and holes going to be collected at the collector, which is injected at the emitter. So this is the normal NPN and PNP circuit. You can just see, like in NPN the arrow is going to be at this position, the diodes is connected at by this format, and in PNP the diodes are connected by this format, like the cathode is connected to cathode, the anode is connected to anode. You can see in NPN both are opposite direction, and in PNP both are in this opposite direction. So in the like we have three terminals. First is ammeter, second is collector, third is base. So first of all we are going to discuss what is ammeter. The first section, one side, that supplies carrier. Ammeter is basically used to supply the carrier, and carrier is any like hole or electron is called ammeter. Ammeter is always forward bias with respect to base, so it can supply the electron or holes, or you can say carrier. For NPN transistor, ammeter supply holes to its junction, and for PNP, ammeter supplies electrons to its junction. So in ammeter there are 3 points which we are going to remember. The first one is they are basically used to supply the carrier. The carrier are electrons or holes, and the emitter is always forward biased with respect to the base. So in NPN transistor, the emitter supplies holes to the junction, and PNP it is supply electron to the junction. So the collector, the collector, the emitter supply, the collector collects. So this is the main function of a collector, that is the collect the carrier is called collector. Carrier is any like electron or holes. The collector is always reverse biased with base. So in NPN transistor it receives holes, and in PNP transistors it receives electrons. So there are three main points which we are going to remember for collector. First is it collects the collects the carrier. Second, it always reverse bias with respect to the base, and for NPN transistor it always collects the holes, and for PNP transistor it always collects the electron. So what is the base? Base is the middle section in between the electron and collector, in which two NPN junctions between emitter and collector is called base, like PNP. So N is the base, and for NPN, P is the base. So this is the middle section between the two, the emitter section and the collector section. So this is the layout, like you can see N, P, N, and this is the collector section, this is emitter, and this is base. So N, P, N and N are the emitter and collector, and P is the base. You can see this is collector, this is base, and this is collector, this is base, and this is emitter, and this arrow is going towards the emitter. So this is the diagram for NPN, and which like in this the arrow indicates the direction of flow of current. So the current flows in this direction. So this arrow is basically used to show the flow of the current. So the current which is going to be flow in which direction, the arrow represents. So the current flows from collector to emitter in a NPN transistor. So in a NPN transistor, the current flows from collector to emitter. So the arrow is drawn on the emitter. So when the current flows from collector to emitter, the arrow is drawn on the emitter. So the arrow always point towards the N type. So the emitter is N type and the transistor is NP type. So why? Because towards the N type. So this is N type. This is N type. So this is emitter is N type. When the arrow shows you towards the emitter, this is N type, so this transistor is N type, then it is known as NPN type transistor. Similarly, in the PNP, PNP, P is collector, N is base, and P is emitter. So both the P's in between N, there is a N semiconductor. N semiconductor known as the base, and the PNP is known as the emitter and the collector, and the arrow indicates towards the base. So in this arrow also indicates the flow of current. In NPN and PNP, in both the circuit diagram, the arrow basically indicates or represents the flow of current in the circuit. So in this, the current flows from emitter to collector. In PNP, the current flows from collector to emitter, but now in PNP the current flows from emitter to collector. So the arrow towards the N type, so this is known as PNP type. So in this diagram, the current flows from collector to emitter, and arrow represents at the emitter. Similarly, in this this current flows from emitter to collector. So this will the direction of the arrow is towards the base, and this transistor is known as PNP transistor. So the arrow indicates the direction of the current flow. The current flows from emitter to collector in a PNP transistor, and this is known as PNP type transistor. So modes, what are the modes of the operation? There are three modes of the operation. First is cutoff, second is saturation, and third is active mode. So based on the bias voltage applied to the PN junction transistor, like what is the bias voltage? So first of all, what is biasing? Any external voltage we provide to the circuit is known as biasing. So if we provide forward biasing, then it will give you the different section, it will give you the different results. When we provide the reverse biasing, it will give the different output. So it is totally based on the bias voltage. Bias voltage is the external voltage which we are going to apply to the PN junction transistor. So because of this bias voltage, the transistor works in three modes. First is cutoff, second is saturation, and third is active. So in cutoff, both electron base, emitter base and collector base junctions are reverse biased. When both are the reverse bias, that means the transistor is in off state. So in saturation, both the junctions, collector base junction and the emitter base junction, both the junctions are forward biased. In active mode, emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. So in cutoff and saturation modes are used in switching operation. So what is switching operation? Switching operation means from this mode to this mode we use this cutoff mode. So this is switching. To switch from one place, from one mode to another mode which we are going, this switches is known as from one mode to another mode. So these two, like cutoff mode and saturation. In cutoff, both the junctions are in reverse bias, so that transistor in off state. When saturation point, when both are then in forward bias, then there is a saturation point. After the saturation point, there is no variation. So this is also known as the switching operation. So active mode is used in amplification process. So only we use active mode for the amplification process. Amplification process is basically a process by which we going to enhance the output by using some kind of qualities, like by increasing the bandwidth and everything, like this kind of things. By using these kind of things, we are going to enhance our output. So only the active mode is basically used to in amplification process. So there are three type of saturation: forward active, reverse active, and cutoff. In saturation, both are in forward bias, then this is used in on state, switching on state. When forward active, this one junction is forward biased and one junction is reverse biased, that is the transistor is work as an amplifier. When base emitter junction is reverse bias and base collector junction is forward bias, then the main application is non-efficient. This is not going to be efficient for any purpose. When both are reverse bias, then it is also used for switching mode or off state. So like this is active mode, this is saturation, this is cutoff, and this is reverse active. So it has three terminal: emitter base collector, emitter base collector, for PNP, for NPN. Like with this emitter base collector, so this is emitter current, this is collector current, and this is base current. So between base and emitter there are VBE. That means voltage at emitter base, voltage at emitter collector, and voltage at collector base. Similarly, voltage at base emitter, voltage at collector emitter, voltage at base collector. So at VBE, what is the voltage at emitter base? That means voltage at emitter minus voltage at base. Similarly, VCB is equal to voltage at collector minus voltage at base. VEC is equal to voltage at emitter minus voltage at collector. Similarly, in NPN transistor, the voltage at base emitter is equal to voltage at base minus voltage at emitter. This is reverse. NPN is reverse of PNP. So voltage at VBC is equal to voltage at base minus voltage at collector. VCE is equal to voltage at emitter minus voltage at collector minus voltage at emitter. So there are two different PNP and NPN. They are commonly called similar, but the operation is similar, but the equation should be different. So in first cutoff mode, both are in the reverse bias, no current can flow through either of the junctions, so the circuit is open. You can see the circuit is open. Because of the circuit is open, first point, both the junction are in reverse bias. When the diode is in reverse bias, that means there is no current flow. So there is no current flow, that means the circuit is open. So the next is saturation, ideal mode. Both the junction are forward bias, so the equivalent circuit can be represented by short circuit between the base, ammeter and collector. So when both are in the forward bias, then it is represented as the short circuit. So this is known as the saturation of ideal mode, or you can say that switching at on state. So saturation at active mode, you can see like NPN and PNP. This is VCE, and this is at base, collector and ammeter. So there are three terminal current. First is collector current, second is base current, third is ammeter current. Like first is collector current. What is collector current? This is collector current, IC. In NPN, collector current is coming towards this direction. In PNP, collector current is going towards this direction. Base current, this is IB, is base current. In NPN, base current is coming towards the junction, and in PNP it is going outward the junction. In ammeter, EC is IE is ammeter current. So this is ammeter current. This is in NPN, IE is coming towards the ammeter current, and in PNP it going towards the junction. So these are the arrows which is basically used to represent the flow of current in the circuit. So IC, IB, IE are basically the arrow represented by the arrow, and these arrows are going to introduce the flow of current in the circuit. So in this presentation we only discuss about the introduction and the main some specifications of BJT. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about the operations of BJT, like operation of NPN transistor and operation of PNP transistor, their input and output, DC input, DC output characteristics in a broad manner. So in the next lecture we are going to discuss the remaining part of BJT.